last year on Road to 32. Home of the Baltimore Ravens.
We will be there soon one day.
One day. We will definitely be in Baltimore for Road to 32 in the future. Here we go again. What's going on, guys? It's Buffalo Bob, and welcome back to Road to 32. And it is late September, week 4 of the 2024 NFL season. And the Bills have already played 3 regular season games, 2 of them on primetime already, and they're in for another one this weekend. So, last year, if you remember, Brittany and I went on a road trip to Washington, D.C. to see the Bills take on the Commanders. And yes, they won that game. So, that was a massacre. So, we'll put it at that. Either way, the Bills are going back to the state of Maryland. Yeah, that's right. We're going to northern Maryland this time around. Last year, we went south of the state to D.C. in the District of Columbia. We're not going there this time. We're going up to Baltimore, the Charm City for that matter. So we're gonna be in for a good one, as the Buffalo Bills will take on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this game has been brought up a lot of times in the last couple of years that Brittany and I have attended. I've mentioned it several times in the past. We were supposed to do it in 2022, but I mentioned it before that we were in a financial gap because we were getting married at the time, and we already booked our trip for Kansas City at the time as well. And that was obviously the first episode, the one that started it all, really. And now we're going to continue that chapter for Road to 32 in Baltimore, Maryland. So it will take me and Brittany about 3.5 hours from Long Island to Baltimore to get there by car. So it shouldn't be too bad. And we're expected to leave the house around like 6:15 in the morning. And we're going to be on our way to Baltimore. Now, this is going to be a primetime game to see Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. And then you have Dalton Kincaid and Mark Andrews playing up against each other. And then, of course, you have these really good defensive teams right here, both the Bills and the Ravens. And the last couple of years has been a very interesting twist with the Ravens and the Bills. Dating back to 2020 during the pandemic, when the Bills met the Ravens in the 2020 AFC divisional round, and the Bills beat the Ravens 24-10. So, yeah, it was a very, very good game all around. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for better more. I like the Ravens personally. I think they're a very good team. But at that point in time, though, when I look back on it, it makes me think, we've talked about the Ravens for a while, and we really, really wanted to go to Baltimore for a handful of years, but we were just waiting for the right opportunity. And tomorrow, we're going to get that chance to do it. So it's going to be a thrilling trip. I am very excited about going. And the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to the Maryland Zoo first thing in the morning when we go to Baltimore. And the gates for that open at 10 a.m. So we're going to have a very good time. And I should mention really quick that my friend Kyle Kelly, if you guys remember from my Mets-Orioles video back in August, I met him and his mother back in August, and it turns out he's one of my newer subscribers for this channel, so that was very awesome. And I gave him a shout out. So Kyle, if you're watching, man, I'm giving you another shout out, and hopefully you win the presidency at some point. 2024, baby. That's all I'm just going to say. But, no, in general, though, I'm excited about going to Baltimore. I'm excited to go to the Charm City. And it's going to be a fun time. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later and see you in Baltimore. Good morning, everybody. So it is 6:10 a.m. here on Friday, September 27th. And Brittany and I just woke up about maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago. And we are just starting to get ready and get the hell out of here to be on our way to Baltimore. And before we actually head out to Baltimore, we actually have to get coffee. Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. I got gas the night before, so we're good on that. And I mentioned yesterday that the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to the Maryland Zoo, and it's going to be a fun time. I can't wait to do it, and we're just waiting for Britt to do what she's got to do, and once she does what she's got to do, then we're going to head on out. We're going to be on our way to Baltimore. So with that being said, let's get a few. New York traffic. Don't you just love it? But anyway, we are on the Belt Parkway, and we're on our way to Baltimore. We're going to be stuck here for a little while. The original estimate time for us to get to Baltimore at the time was 9:30 a.m. and unfortunately we ran into 3 problems. 2 of them were car accidents and 1 was a construction delay. So we had to take a quick bathroom break in New Jersey, and it delayed us back an extra 3.5 hours.
Okay, time check. It is 9:07. And you know, we got up nice and early at 6. We left our house like 6:15, 6:20, got on the road. We just got some coffee and then we hit the road. So you must be saying, oh, you guys should be close to Maryland or almost in Baltimore.
Yeah, okay.
The answer is no.
We are far from that.
It is 9:08. We still have just under 3 hours. ETA is 12 o'clock. And that's because, you know, anybody from Long Island knows the Belt Parkway is a parking lot 9.8 times out of 10. And that's exactly what it was today. There was construction going on and 3 accidents back to back to back to back.
Yep, so construction and 2 accidents came our way.
So it took over an hour to go like 3 miles.
All that just to get to the Verrazano Bridge.
Yes. So we just crossed into Jersey. We did a pit stop when we got into Jersey. So we're on the turnpike now.
I had to go like really bad.
Yeah, this one's actually driving for once. So that is why I am giving the narration. So yeah, so hopefully, smooth sailing from here, and we can get out of Jersey, get to Delaware, and then finally get into Maryland at least. We're trying to make up some time. We did make up a little bit, but our stop, we kind of gained the time back. But it is what it is. Yeah. So instead of getting there around 10, we were getting there 2 hours later.
Which is pretty stupid, to be completely honest. So we're right now in between the Southern Turnpike in New Jersey, between Camden and Wilmington, on I-95 South in the New Jersey Turnpike. So we should be in Baltimore in a couple of hours, and hoping for the best. Now, if this was compared to last year when we went to Washington, D.C., this would have been worse.
Okay, updating. It is 11:11 a.m. We are about 45 minutes out from our destination, which is the zoo.
And we're on our way to Baltimore.
We are officially in Maryland. We've been in Maryland for a little bit now. We hit a little bit more traffic. As you can tell, the rain is starting to pick up. Yeah.
There's the sign, the Maryland Zoo. The Maryland Zoo in Baltimore.
Turn left on Beechwood Drive.
All right, it's 12:06 p.m. here on the 27th, and we are here at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. So we're about to go check it out. You ready, Britt? Cool, let's do it. Let's go on our way to the Maryland Zoo. Here we go. All right, here we go, Maryland Zoo. Wow, wow, wow. What do we have here? If you look in the corner, there's an actual raven over there. in Tennessee.
These are like 2 or 3 of them.
Hello, guys. Hey, friend. Holy crap, he's coming toward me. Hello. After 2 hours of walking around the Maryland Zoo, Brittany and I decided to go back to the hotel, settle down, regroup, and figure out what we're going to have for dinner. And we ended up picking Addie's Barbecue in Catonsville for dinner. Check it out. All right, so we just walked out of the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. How do you feel about it? It was good?
Yeah.
Cool. So now we're going to get out of the rain, as you guys just saw us go through. And we are going to go head into our hotel and get settled down. And we will likely see you for dinner. All right, we're going to Addie's Barbecue in Catonsville. It's going to be a good one. All right, we're here at Addie's Barbecue in Catonsville, Maryland. Can't wait to try it. And we just ordered some food, and now we're just waiting. Ready to have some food? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a long day at the Maryland Zoo, which was... It was okay. I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it was serviceable. But now we're gonna try Addie's Barbecue. So we'll see how it brings to the table. Oh my god. Oh my god. How is it? Good? Well, I'm about to take a bite out of the chicken sandwich. Well, this is the crispy chicken sandwich over at Addie's Barbecue here in Catonsville, Maryland. They gave me a knife. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, I'm excited. Let me just remove the tomato because I do not like tomatoes. So I'll put it that way. So bottoms up.
I need to try French fry.
Yeah. French fry is good though. Chicken is really hot, yeah. Woo, damn, that's hot. I liked it.
Spicy or temperature?
Temperature.
Yeah, it's temperature hot.
It's temperature hot, but it's good though. I like it. So I'm gonna finish the rest of it. Damn, I didn't expect that. Woo. With day 1 in the books, we went back to the hotel. We just settled down and watched TV, and Cujo was on just in time for Halloween. And tomorrow, a new dawn awaits. Well, good morning, everybody, and it is 7:34 a.m. here in Catonsville, Maryland. As you can see, the weather outside is not the greatest. It is raining like hell. You can hardly see what's outside the window, and my car is actually right there in the middle, the little silver one. Either way, it's a really nice view, and Brittany and I just woke up, and we're about to go get breakfast downstairs. But the plans we got today is we're going to start off the day at the B&O Railroad Museum in downtown Baltimore. And then we're going to the Guinness factory for some drinks. So, and then later tonight, we're going to be going to Nick's Fish House with my buddy Kyle and his mom. And yeah, it's going to be a fun day. And it's probably going to go by fast. But ultimately, tomorrow is the big day, which is Bills Ravens on Sunday Night Football. So with that, let's get this day going. Here we are. There's Baltimore, and we're about to go into the city for the B&O Railroad Museum. So it's going to be fun. Can't wait to explore it, and yeah, let's do it. How to hold up traffic 101 in Baltimore. My God, this train is going so fucking slow. There's like 15 goddamn cabooses on here. Even that guy just turned around. Look at this shit. It's still going. Holy balls. There's the other half of that caboose I was talking about earlier. It was red, and now it's black, and it's even slower. Oh my God. This freaking train stop, man. It just keeps going and going and going. Oh my God. Now the train is moving after sitting in traffic for about 5 to 10 minutes. The cabooses are finally moving. Holy hell. Once the train passes, we can head on our way to the B&O Railroad Museum. We're at the B&O Railroad Museum in downtown Baltimore. And Britt and I just pulled up. Hi, babe.
Hi.
And there is the building behind us. We're about to go inside and check this place out. Let's go. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty cool looking one.
See the seats inside.
Yeah, for sure. This is one of the inside of the cabooses. It's just the railing. So we're walking by, right? And we find this. There's a plant on one of the cabooses. How is this growing? You just go down, like there's nothing there.
It must be like dirt. Oh.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I mean, how'd that even get there?
Maybe it was planted there.
You're something else. All right, we're about to go to the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum and check this place out. First thing we do today. Let's do it. That's pretty cool. This is a model of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. That's dope. Tickets, please. Holy moly. Well, I have two choices. Sure, I'm gonna go to the right. See what this is all about. Oh wow, you can actually step out of there. Cool. It's dark in here. Sorry for the lighting.
Little baby muscle train. And big train.
Luther Smith. Imagine being the neighbors that live on that street and then having to be next door to a museum that's literally nothing but trains. You know something? My mom, when she was a kid, used to have model trains like this. So I figure I'd give her a quick shout out for that. Because I know she'd like it. Huh. Domino Sugar. That's interesting. Now you're gonna ride the train? All aboard. Looks like the one from the Polar Express. Just a tad bit. For the next part of our tour, we went to the Guinness factory on the outskirts of Baltimore for a little taste testing. So, that was the B&O Railroad Museum. Did you like it?
I liked it. They're like treats.
I'm glad you did. So now we're going on to our next expedition, which is the Guinness factory, which will take us about 15 to 20 minutes to get there, but we're gonna drink some beer. So all right, here we are, the Guinness factory here in Baltimore. You excited?
Yeah.
You should be. Because we went to the other one in Dublin, Ireland about 6 years ago, and we're going to the only American Guinness factory in the US right now, currently. And that's right here in Baltimore. I absolutely love this picture. It's a sticker, but check it out. It's a blue crab with a Baltimore blonde Guinness in his hand. That is amazing. Yep. We are gathered here today to try out 4 different flavors of beer. Check it out. The first one was called Fest Beer, and it was actually pretty good. I'm not a big beer guy, but I did enjoy it. The next one is called Hellas. This one was okay. I didn't really finish it, but I gave it to Brittany afterwards. Hefeweizen was next, and holy shit, this beer was absolutely disgusting. It smelled like feet, and I would never touch that again. The last one is called Schwartz Beer, and didn't really care for it. It was Guinness, but it was a little bitter than I was expecting when it comes to Guinness. I should mention real quick, all the beers we tried today were German beer for Oktoberfest.
And that's how it kind of goes up and down.
So, do you want to tell everybody what you have in your hand?
This is the, I can show this one, the festival beer I got in this nice cup.
Damn right about that. It looks good. I mean, we have the other ones when we went to Dublin all those years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, we do.
that's for something. So, that was the Guinness factory. Did you like it?
Yes.
Good.
Frank beer.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
I'm glad. Now we're going all the way down to downtown Baltimore because we're going to be meeting with my friend Kyle soon over at Nick's Fish House for dinner, and it's going to be fun. Can't wait to have some blue crab. That's for sure. That's our initials, B&B. And this is the Pier Dock in Baltimore, and we are waiting for my friend Kyle, and you'll see him in a few minutes. All right, we're here at Nick's Fish House in Baltimore, Maryland. Can't wait to try it, and we're just waiting for 2 more people. We're waiting for Kyle, and how you doing, Britt? Excited? All right, so I want to show you guys something. Look at this view of our seats. This is pretty cool stuff. We're right on the water, and it's a nice sunny day too, as you can see. So yeah, we're waiting for Kyle, and yeah, that's it. So with that, I'll see you guys in the view. Steamed crabs on the menu tonight, baby. That's the Baltimore tradition.
And Old Bay season on your French fries.
Hell yeah. Let's do this. This is a traditional Baltimore menu right here. Tell us the appetizer, babe.
Mussels.
Yep, we're having mussels to hold us over until Kyle and Julie get over here. So I'll just take a quick bite and show you guys what we're all about. So we got a mussel right here, as you can see. We'll take it out of the shell and shove it in. It's fighting with me a little bit. Here we go. That's amazing. It's got that lemon kick to it. It's really good stuff. Can't really argue about it at all. Just pure gold. So I'll see you when we see. I'll see you guys in a bit when Kyle and Julie get over here, and we'll have some crab. Holy crap. Look at all these crabs. See what I did there? Well, here's our crab order. We're going to put it in our mouth. All right, we're here at Nick's Fish House in Baltimore. This is Kyle Kelly.
What's going on, everybody?
Good, and there's Mom. How are you doing?
Hi.
And then, of course, there's Wifey.
Hi.
Having fun with those crabs?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Taught me how to properly open it.
So what do you got so far?
All right. So you gotta take the little legs off,
My hand.
and then you eat the meat, and then you go to the big legs, knife, mallet, and then you take this off, and then you rip it in half.
Sounds about right. Yeah, so I want to give a quick shout out to you two for being in my Orioles video about a month ago. And
That was great.
he's actually in the thumbnail of that video. Did you know that, Kyle?
Oh, yeah.
You knew about
Oh,
that.
of course I know that.
I'm glad. And, sorry, Mom, I didn't bother to tell you that in advance.
No, I knew that already.
Oh, you did?
I showed her the video.
Yeah.
Aw,
Like,
Yeah, I
when
already-
you
I saw
sent it to me, I showed it to her.
right.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Because I'm so used to people, like, I send things to certain people, and then they don't bother to, like, show it at all. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
No, I watched it and I said this earlier, but there's a lot of laughing, and that's because it's me laughing.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of laughing.
For being a smart ass. Because a lot of it I was making fun of the Mets, and that just got your humor going.
You did, yes.
Did they lose that game? Was that long?
Yes, they did.
And
Anytime the Mets lose, you just know that it's just going to be bad. And most of my Mets videos,
Let me guess, they blew the lead.
yes, they did. Of course they did.
no, they didn't have a lead.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because they had 3 games that series, and I forgot about it. I went to the second one. That was when I met you two at Citi Field.
And you ended up winning the series. We went to the only game that we won.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Lucky you.
We were originally going to go to the game the next day.
Yeah,
And then you met me.
Yeah, I think we made the right decision.
I agree.
Yep. And then you also got a glove from me, and what else?
I did not bring it, but it was a signed glove by a Mets Hall of Famer. I remember that.
I think it's Bud Harrelson.
Yes, Bud Harrelson. And then at batting practice, they threw up a ball, one of the guys down there, and it was over my head. You tap on my shoulder, and you give me the ball.
Of course.
Yeah. I still have it. It's still in my room.
You should keep it that way.
I will.
It's a collector's item. So,
From you?
of course. And then you're doing pretty well on yourself here, Julie, with the crabs.
These are really hot. So doing the best I can, but they're good.
Yeah.
Always delicious. So,
Well, that's for certain. I had a hard time opening the crabs before, and then, of course, you two showed us how to do it, and now we're like pros at it. So I thank you guys for that.
oh, no problem.
I did the same thing. I had family come in from Chicago about 2 months ago. Yeah, we talked about a big crabs.
There you go. And then, of course, my wife over here is doing glamorous things.
Trying.
Trying, in
I'm
quote.
not a pro yet. It's only my second one, but
That's not too shabby. I mean, you got a lot of meat there.
You should show them the view.
Right?
the sun is setting.
And the sun is starting to set. As you can see, this is a beautiful view. It is a beautiful view for sure.
It was hot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Down.
Definitely. I feel so much better from earlier. Like, it's amazing. So, I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy your dinner, and we'll catch up later. Bye, guys. Wifey, I'll see you in a bit. All right. Enjoy the hammering. After a wonderful night of having crabs, Britt and I decided to go back to the hotel and settle down for the evening and get ready for the next day, the Ravens game. But before we close off the chapter, I have a special treat for you guys. Check this out. Kyle Kelly for president.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Kyle Kelly, and I'm running for re-election. After a successful first term, we're looking to go even bigger in the new year.
We want more money, more fundraisers, and more success.
And remember, you still have a voice, so use it.
What's going on, guys? It's Buffalo Bob here. Be sure you vote for Kyle Kelly for president. He would love that job.
My name is Sergeant Edward Morales. I want you to re-elect Kyle. It's very important that you do this. He's a great man, and he needs your vote. So vote.
You need to vote for Kyle Kelly. The man who knows what he's doing, and the man who's for the job.
Alright, So we're at Walgreens across the street from our hotel in Catonsville, Maryland, and look what we find. Baltimore Ravens edition. That's pretty dope. Here we are, guys. Camden Yards, home of the Baltimore Orioles. And we are here at this moment because we are going to do the Ravens walkway in just a few moments. But I wanted to get some shots of Camden Yards. I always tell Brittany, just as a side joke, of all the ballparks I want to visit for Road to 32, Camden Yards is easily in my top 3. I mean, look at this place. I know it's the gift shop, but just look at the outside shots of this ballpark. It is absolutely beautiful. Well, there's Bills fans coming in. Perfect. Ravens Walk, for those of you who want to know back home, is a festival for the fans. It's basically a street fair that goes all the way in the beginning of Utah Street, all the way into the front gates of TBankStadium. It's quite fascinating, really. I mean, look at all this. There's food trucks, there's tents everywhere. There's always something to look forward to. I've been told by a handful of Ravens fans that they don't get a lot of primetime games in Baltimore, so when they do, they make it into a big all-out party like it's the Super Bowl, which is very interesting to me. What's going on, guys? This is Buffalo Bob. Sorry to interrupt you guys from watching the video. I just wanted to come out and condemn. I did not intentionally call Patrick Ricard Patrick DeMarco on accident. I was just excited. I couldn't think of his name on the top of my head. But I just wanted to come out and clear up all that. I condemn it, and his name is Patrick Ricard. Now, with that being said, I want to tell you guys the story about how I got that Patrick Ricard autograph, and I have yet to unveil it, and I will show it again later. But, yeah, so as you can see, I am about to show off these commemorative tickets, and Brittany and I got 4 of these. So the story was, we were at the Ravens Walk, and the next thing you know, there was a tent on my right, or I'm sorry, on my right, and the next thing you know, there's a guy that said auctions on it, and you saw it earlier, and a white Ravens helmet and all that jazz. I didn't think much of it because I thought it was for like charity or whatever. But little did we know that these commemorative tickets were going to be worth something. So these are like collector's items basically, because you can't really get these anywhere else. I mean, I guess you can, but the Baltimore Ravens are very heavily involved with these. So we get these, and there were 4 of them, and we were talking to another lady who was a Ravens fan, and she had one from the AFC Championship game this past January when the Ravens played the Chiefs in Baltimore. But aside the point is, we were talking, and we were trying to figure out where we get these from. And she says to me, and I didn't even know about it at the time, she says, "Sir, flip your ticket over real quick." And I look at it, it's a golden ticket. It just says golden ticket on it, almost like something out of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know, going into Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. So I took that and I said, oh wow, this must be worth something. So I bring it over to the guy who I got these stubs from, and I go up to him and I said, "Excuse me, sir, I got this golden ticket in one of your tickets. What does this mean?" And he goes like this to me. He says to me, "I'll take that from you, please." And I thought he was going to punch me for something, like it was not meant to be. But that's not what happens. So I give him the golden ticket, and sure enough, he hands me an envelope, and I threw out the original envelope. It was just a blank piece of paper, or just a blank envelope. It was white. But it did have an autograph inside, and that autograph was this. This is an 8x10 signed by Patrick Ricard. Yes, Patrick Ricard. An 8x10 autograph, which I was not expecting. I didn't expect to be walking around with an autograph in my hand throughout the entire game. So to kind of get everything in play, we did something else. We also got ourselves a transparent bag. Now, I know it's the Ravens, but we're going to put a Bill sticker over it. But the Ravens had one available to buy, and I bought it because there were like 10 different things we got that were handed out to us for free. So this was one of them. Well, I bought the bag, but the autograph picture I didn't want to crush. So I said, I'm going to go get a bag and just go from there. So, yeah, so I want to thank the Baltimore Ravens for setting me up unintentionally with that autograph. But more importantly, you guys were amazing in Baltimore, no doubt about it. And I would love to come back at some point in the future for the Orioles. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys continue watching, and I'll see you later. Here we are, guys. TBankStadium, home of the Baltimore Ravens. And let me tell you, Brittany and I are having a blast already. Like, we got, like, what, 3 or 4 free stuff? Something like that? Yeah. And one of the items was actually an 8x10 signed by Ravens fullback Patrick DeMarco. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. I'm definitely keeping it. I'll definitely show it off later. I guess these are all season ticket holders. I remember both of those games, especially Super Bowl 47. I remember this game for sure. But we're walking around the campus right now. It's Ray Lewis, the Golden Arm himself. Johnny Unitas. May he rest in peace. Go Bills! Go Bills!
Welcome Mark Ingram to the stage.
Oh, the flock deep out here.
Hey man, the flock, you know the flock always goes big. These night games too.
Oh man, it's not like it being at the bank, you know what I mean? Night game, the whole game behind us. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we ready, let's go. Let's go.
So far for Road to 32, TBankStadium has been one of my favorite stadiums I've toured so far. The atmosphere is great, the fans were amazing, the staff workers there were extremely helpful, and on top of all that, it was a very charming place to go to, and the atmosphere just absolutely rocks. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the Marching Ravens. kickoff goes to Buffalo.
Tucker's kick for the end zone results in
Go. All right. Go! Just short. And it's good.
I'll take it. Your fried chicken, everything. Goddamn burger had it in it last night.
Yeah, first down, baby.
Remember the meeting of 5 and 0 that we did? I got you. Obey nuggets at halftime. I got you.
There you go. Come on, D! Pressure!
You better not.
Serious next year. $200 is the buy-in next year.
I'll do it. Let's fucking go. Fucking run it back.
Go.
Run it back. Run it back. Turn it over. Let's go.
Yeah! Woo! Let's go! Come on, Josh! Throw it!
Let's go. Oh.
Wow, that was inexcusable. All right, it is 21-3 at the end of the first half here at TBankStadium in Baltimore. Britt, how you feeling? Good? So, we got a whole half left to go, and we're hoping for the best. So far, the game has just been very one-sided, so we're hoping the Bills can get their shit together and just go from there. Go, 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 go! Yeah! Ty Johnson! Let's go! What a run! Get him! Push him! Yeah! Let's go! Hit him! Oh! Go! Whoa! Push down! He caught that! Got it! Push down! Whoa! I stopped. Get in there! Who gives a fuck? They're still winning by like 25. They're getting massacred. Wow! You stopped somebody. Moral
Pitch to hit on the
victory.
right side. Morrow with the tackle for Buffalo.
Good job, dumbass. Jesus Christ. So, we just walked out of TBankStadium as the Baltimore Ravens defeat the Buffalo Bills 35-10. Britt, how'd you feel about the game?
We haven't lost a game that bad in quite a few years. And
What?
I'm very embarrassed
Yeah.
and disappointed.
Well, fortunately, it's only week 4. But yeah, I totally agree with you. It should have been better, but what are you going to do? You know? So, at this point, we're getting out of M&T Bank. Great stadium overall, and we'll be on the way out to Seattle in a few weeks. So until then, from Baltimore, this is Buffalo Bob signing off. Peace. Even though with the abysmal loss to the Ravens on Sunday Night Football, it was still a good overall time. The fans, like I said earlier, were great. The atmosphere was amazing. I would totally come back here in the future. Monday morning, we conclude our trip to Baltimore. But first, Fort McHenry. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, September 30th, and today is the day that Brittany and I leave for Baltimore. And we're going to take one quick trip to Fort McHenry, similar to what we did in Philadelphia in November, or the day after the Eagles game. We went to the Penn State Penitentiary, and then we went back home to Long Island. So the same thing is going to happen here. So I do have a few things I want to say first before we do that, is that I want to thank Kyle Kelly and Julie White for being great hosts on Saturday. And I want to thank you guys for the wonderful hospitality that you brought to the city. And most importantly, I want to thank the Baltimore Ravens for the wonderful hospitality as well. And Ravens Walkway was amazing with all the stuff I got yesterday. And no, it was one of those moments where you can't really forget about it. Like, I know that yesterday's game for the Bills was extremely tough, and they absolutely got massacred, but I still had fun at the game regardless. And then, most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Brittany, for putting this trip together. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be doing this today. So I want to thank her for that. So the plans moving forward is very simple. So in late October, I want to say from the 24th to the 29th for week 8. This is what we call the big one for Road to 32, which is when Tom comes along. And in that time frame, we're going to be going to Seattle to see the Seattle Seahawks. And then, obviously, in between that, we're seeing the Seattle Kraken and the Vancouver Canucks. So that's part of the trip. I'm going to make a separate video for those. And then, in the end of November, a week after the election, I should say, we're going to fly out, me and Britt, to Indianapolis to see the Indianapolis Colts. And that's going to wrap up Road to 32 for 2024 this year. And it's a little early because things came up. But in general, though, it is raining like hell, and we're going to be getting out of here pretty soon. My voice is a little scratchy from the game yesterday, but in general, though, I just want to thank the city of Baltimore for the hospitality once again, and you guys were great. So, with that being said, signing off, and I'll see you at Fort McHenry. All right, we're walking over now to Fort McHenry. We're about to go onto the post. All right, we're going inside Fort McHenry. Let's do it. Check out this view. May as well. All right, so what did you think of Fort McHenry? It was good? Yep, so now that we're out of Fort McHenry here in Baltimore, we're going to be going home to Long Island. And we will see you when we get home. So until then, signing out from Baltimore. With the Baltimore trip now officially complete, Brittany and I have completed the impossible. We have went to both Washington, D.C. and Baltimore within a span of a year for Road to 32. And let me tell you, it was quite the experience. Until next time, we will see you guys again in the end of October when Brittany, Tom, and I take our next trip for Road to 32 to the Emerald City.